As a child, was your role generally meant to sit there and listen to your parents' adult problems? Well, let's explore the negative impact of this on today's Ask a Shrink. Listening to our adult parents tell us about their adult problems is not something a kid needs to hear nor wants to hear. They may not be able to verbalize that to the parent. In other words, would you please shut the F up right now? Because they're being taught to be the good child, to get the parent's love, to do what is acceptable, to keep the peace at home, to not get in trouble. They need to act like they want to listen and hear whatever the parent has to say. But if they're able to get in touch with their true feelings and voice what they're really feeling, it would be, please leave me alone. Because a child is there to go through their own healthy developmental stages, hopefully. Grow up, explore themselves, what the world is like to them, through the love and healthy parenting and mentoring and healthy guidance from a parent or parents or caregiver. But one big thing that thwarts all of this is having to listen to your parents' problems. I recently did a poll on my YouTube channel on the community page, and the poll was asking people, how were they most parentally invaded? There were 5 choices to choose from. The top one that came in was, my parents made me sit and listen to their adult problems, and that came in at 38%, way above the others, which is why I chose to do this video today about this topic. So when a child not only doesn't feel safe to verbalize their own feelings, but also the parent is making it be all about the parent's issues. So confusing to a child because, like I said, they're wanting to please their mommy or daddy. They're wanting to do the right thing. And it seems like my mommy or daddy, and I'm purposely saying mommy or daddy because this begins very young, it seems like they want me to just be here and listen to them and then they're happy. So I guess I'll keep doing that. Well, that's robbing the child of their own identity development. And that's why it came in as number 1. And it's amazing what licensed therapists like myself here in session in terms of the things parents feel free to tell their children, which are so unhealthy and so inappropriate. If the parent is separated or divorced, hearing from both parents on equal sides perhaps why you should hate your mother or hate your father. Talk about confusing. Or telling their child to sit down with them and talk about life's issues, of course the parents' issues, as they're having a cocktail. Or tell their child about who's flirting with them at work and don't tell your other parent about this. Or your father and I or your mother and I don't have as much sex lately. I don't know what's wrong with them. What do you think's wrong with them, honey? Why don't they want to take advantage of me in bed and have great sex with me? Well, any and all of these things I just mentioned, and of course there's hundreds of more examples, is A, nothing a child should be hearing about anyhow, but B, is something they're probably going to try to solve, at least internally, but maybe externally. Either which way, they're wanting to help and try to solve the parents' problems because mommy or daddy has a problem here. Let me see if I can help. So the parent is revealing their insecurities and fears to the child when in reality they should be listening to their child's insecurities and fears. And they're asking for guidance and mentoring from a child when in reality they should be guiding and mentoring that child. And then perhaps correcting the child about the unsolicited advice that the child is feeling they're supposed to give at that moment, when in reality that's not their role to give unsolicited advice, but because the adult is dumping all their problems onto the child is trying to solve it. Kids need to feel understood. That's the whole point of growing up. They need validation from somebody, which mainly means that's going to come from their parents. They need to feel a sense of safety. When a child senses they're only there for their parents' needs and their feelings are being invalidated at this point, then this can play out in all kinds of behavioral issues, plus emotional issues, of course. The behavioral issues could be defiance or hyperactivity. The emotional issues could be a depressed mood, sadness. Parenting, of course, is a difficult job, but parents have to strive to find that healthy balance when they're raising their children. One primary balance to maintain are healthy boundaries. Please leave me some comments below and let me know if this is how you were raised perhaps and how are you dealing with it now as an adult. Please subscribe to my mental health YouTube channel if you like these kind of videos. And until next week, this is Brad Shore signing off from Ask a Shrink.